Okay, we're recording.
Hi, good evening, everybody. This is Karen Krieger and
Dale and Torby, and we are
the Unstoppable
Nana.
Nanas. And we are so happy to be with you here. It's even a Friday night, and we're having date night with you. How's that? We're
That's pretty
priority. So we're here to reconvene and kind of follow up on what we started with you. The topic was taking good care of ourselves because we are caregivers. We are caregivers to ourselves, our families, our business, and anyone else we choose to be engaged with, grandchildren. So,
Stepchildren.
yes. Oh, I forgot about those. I have some of those too. I even have ex-stepchildren, and I'm happy to say one of them we are re-engaging in a special way, and I just love that.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, life is always full of surprises.
Mm-hmm.
So we are here to talk about taking good care of ourselves, maybe being an inspiration to you. Lots to it. We're only going to cover about 10 minutes tonight because this is an ongoing, hopefully once a week engagement with you. And there's lots of ways to take care of yourself, physically, emotionally. What else, Daylin?
Mentally, eating properly, sleeping properly, all the things that we don't think about doing because when we're caregiving someone else, all we want to do is give them all the care that they need. But it's really important for us to take care of ourselves first.
Definitely. And I'm going to be very open here because though I believe this concept, I may not be the best example in the world. And I want to share with you some things that have been happening only recently, which proves how important it is to take care of ourselves. As you know, I have a husband in need of medical attention, and I'm his primary, not just a caregiver, but an advocate. I speak on his behalf. And through the process, I get worn down. And what has happened recently is something happened to my knee, and more than a month ago, and I did take care of it then, but the treatment didn't work. So I have been working on getting proper medical treatment for the last 2 weeks solid. And wow, what a challenge. I didn't realize how little time I've been spending on my own care, my own appointments, my own being an advocate of myself. So this week I took some time had to steal it from other places, but I got on the phone and I pushed and I advocated for my own treatment that is needed, and should be making progress on Monday. But the biggest awareness was how much I have been neglecting my own need for care. And that's got to change like yesterday. So I worked on it all day today to reset that as a new goal and to follow through with it. So that's one new thing that happened this week for me.
And, Karen was talking about resetting. And sometimes that's what we need to do because we get all wound up in our daily lives and everybody's pulling at us from all different directions. Fortunately, I don't have anyone in my family that's sick, but I have children, grandchildren, a husband, stepchildren, and sometimes everybody just wants you all at the same time. So that's a form of I need to take care of myself so that I'm able to help and to, do whatever I can for the family. And I work outside of the home. I also work inside of the home, of course, because we are entrepreneurs and we own our own businesses and we work online. But I have a small part-time job, which I truly love, and it's working at my church. And that's another obligation that I have to help people. I'm there to serve the community. So if I'm not taking care of myself, I won't be able to serve my community. I won't be able to be a participant in my own family life. just so that it's really important that we eat well, that we sleep well, that we take private moments away from everybody, even if it's what I do in the morning. I get up. I'm a very early riser. I've been rising early since I was a child. I get up every day at 5 o'clock in the morning, and at that time it's very quiet. I'm able to set the tone for the day. And I list out my 6 most important things to do for the day. And you know what? Sometimes I don't hit the 6. But if I do one, and if I do one on a bad day, that's a good thing.
For me, learning to set boundaries. I'm very much in touch with when my energy level is high and when it is not. So I incorporated some new things this week, setting some work periods and just boundaries, even with my husband, and the telephone. Sometimes I can be on a webinar for 1 hour and the phone rings 6 or 7 times and it has nothing to do with my business. And so what I do is send the phone call to voicemail, and I get the message when I can get the message. My husband and I are incorporating some new home rules. When I'm in a certain room or I'm in a certain position in front of an iPad typing into the computer, my husband knows that if he talks or asks questions, I'm going to lose my train of thought. And I could even be creating content or answering a very important message. So we've implemented some of that this week to say, look, please don't talk to me when I'm doing A, B, or C. That's part of taking good care of yourself. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, we teach people how to treat us. And if we don't communicate what needs to be done when or what our needs are, how do we expect anybody else to understand? So that's a big thing I changed this week, and it is helping quite a bit.
Oh, that's great. My lifestyle is a little bit different. My husband is self-employed also. So, and he has 2 children. The youngest she just turned 16, and the oldest is, I believe he's 24. And so our life is a little bit different because they're older, and because we both work, we're both self-employed, we get to spend more time with each other. So we actually go out and do the grocery shopping together. If I'm busy doing something and he says, honey, you want to go with me? And if I'm on a webinar, he knows that, I'm not going to go. And it's okay, because we have an understanding and we have a respect for each other to know when I'm busy and when he's busy. And if he's practicing on the piano, I'm not going to interrupt him because he's so good that I don't want to interrupt him. I just want to hear him play. But, he takes his work very seriously, and he works a lot. So, and there's many times when, because of his work schedule, I understand that he isn't here. When maybe people will have a date night on a Friday night or a Saturday or a Sunday, those are his days to work. And he knows that my days to work are Monday through Friday. So we really are respectful of each other, and we care about each other that way. It's a form of caregiving, and we watch out for each other. Mm-hmm.
Plus, they have great time management and goal-setting skills. So Dalen just came back from a cruise. I'm proud to say that he can fit all this in and still manage to do a cruise in the middle of the week to take time to be with her husband. That's just awesome. When I grow up, I want to be like that too.
And you will. I can guarantee it.
Yes, I will. It's coming.
That's right.
Another thing that was cool about this week is, part of my challenge is balancing sleep, and that's a good way to take good care of yourself. But my sleep patterns are such that as soon as I hear a noise, I awake. So sometimes I'm up for the rest of the night. So I was listening to Darren Hardy at 3 a.m. a couple nights ago, and he was talking about what successful people do, like the top 1 to 3% who are willing to do the kind of work that most of us aren't willing to do. And he talked about decision making. And I listened really hard. He shared that the top earners and the top successful people do not spend a lot of time on too many decisions. For instance, think of Steve Jobs. He always showed up in jeans and a t-shirt or turtleneck. And Zuckerberg shows up in jeans and a t-shirt. And Obama shared that he only purchases and wears black suits and blue suits because he doesn't want to have to get up in the morning and make a big decision about what to wear. So I realized I did that about 5 years ago when I eliminated most of my clothes in my closet, except for about this many on a rack. And it's freeing. You know, I don't take a lot of time to plan. I have certain outfits I wear one after the other. But what I became aware of and what I want to share is now we're going to do it with food planning. We're going to take our menu, and instead of being totally boring for 7 days in a row, we negotiate a balance. And we're going to schedule like Monday through Wednesday or Thursday, the same meal, the same way, week after week, so it can be bought ahead of time. Nobody has to think about, you know, what's for dinner. It can even be cooked ahead of time. I got a new used crock pot yesterday I'm so excited about, so I can double cook, freeze, and plan Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even Thursday, the same thing. So I'll take that energy that I used to use under wondering what the heck I was going to do for dinner and go out and get it. Mm-hmm. And I can do more marketing, and I can do more engaging with my peeps.
That's
and
right.
Stay plan. And so I'm really excited about having that awareness. And that's part of taking good care of yourself. Just opening up to other people, the people who are successful. What do they do? Work with your mentors. Get the ideas. Try the things that work for you. Implement them and watch what happens. I'm really excited about incorporating the changes we voted on implementing this week as a couple.
That's really great. I remember when the kids were growing up and we all worked and everybody went to school. I have 3 children, and all 3 of them were in sports at the same time, and they were in double sports. So they played soccer or AYSO, and then they played club soccer. So that meant that every night of the week we were out, and every Saturday we were at the soccer field. We never had a meal out. I made breakfast for the children every single day. They ate at school. But what I did was I made all my dinners on Sunday because I was the only free day that I had. And there wasn't any sense in going out and buying dinner. And besides, way back then, the only thing there was out there, we're talking like, 45 years ago, was just McDonald's. And we weren't going to have McDonald's. I wanted the family to have a good, solid, nourishing meal every single night and every single morning. So that's one way of planning also is, if you have the time to do it on a Sunday, take a couple of Sundays out of the month and just, whatever your favorite dishes are, they can be frozen, like Karen said. You can freeze them and then reheat them during the weekend. It saves a lot of time, especially today when everyone is multitasking, and that's what we're talking about here is taking care of ourselves. So if we're able to consolidate, come up with new ideas, then we're going to have more time for ourselves and time to have quality time with our families. Mm-hmm.
And this is a way of nurturing yourself. This is a way of pampering yourself by making your life easier. Then we become more peaceful, more joyful, more able to engage with our families. And if we're able to engage more with the people we know and love and make ourselves more available to people on our teams and whomever we want to go out there and meet, all the new people we haven't met yet. And because I've been increasing my time, for instance, on Facebook, just to meet new people and get to know them better. And I have to learn to create that extra time I'm putting into Facebook marketing. And you know what? It's working. It's working beautifully. I feel better about it. I'm calmer. the atmosphere in our home is better, and everybody wins.
No, it's a win-win situation.
Yep,
If
yep,
we
it
take
is.
care of ourselves first.
Definitely. So I was brought up in a mindset of taking care of everybody else first and not myself. So I publicly forgive my mother for teaching me the same, and I'm doing my best to unlearn habits. So we have another mentor who always says, if you want your outside to change, and that's the world around you, you have to change what's inside. You have to be willing to change what's inside. When I was in my 30s and 40s, I thought I was just perfect and I didn't need to change anything. And now that I'm getting older and older, I realize I have so much I need to change. But I'm willing to do it, and I'm willing to learn how to do it. So that's our wish for you.
Yes, that's our wish for you, is to take care of yourself first, and then you'll be able to take care of everybody else. So, shall we wrap it up, Karen?
Yeah, I think so. Stay tuned. We're going to be starting our Law of Attraction series that we want to share with you. And we are on Unstoppable Nana's fan page. Group page. And Dale Ann, the other one.
I don't know. No, just kidding. No, we have Dale Ann and Karen.
I forgot about that one. We have that one too. And then we have the
we have the Unstoppable Nanas group page, and we also have the Unstoppable Nanas fan page.
Yeah.
Find us through Dale Ann and Karen. So it's very simple. It's just the two of us.
Yes. And we are working on our new website. It's almost finished, and that will be, well, we'll announce when it's finished and give you a link so you'll know how to check it out and all those things.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Engage with your family or your friends or yourself. What are you doing to create quiet time for yourself?
Yeah, go take a bubble bath.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful.
If you can.
Men or women, it doesn't matter. Do it together. Who cares?
Yeah. If you are near a beach, go take a walk on the beach and do one for me, because I live in the desert and I'm getting to the beach. I'm one day closer to my next beach trip, and it's coming soon. Oh my gosh, I can hear and feel the waves. So,
okay, good night, everyone. We'll see you
night.
on the next one. Okay,
so nice to